Hey everybody, this is going to be Regolith Revolution's vlog for the week. I'm just going to be explaining, we had the end of our first 14-day growth period for our agricultural experiment, and we got a lot of growth. We have some interesting things to talk about there. The mechanical side we're going to be talking about next Monday, as we still are waiting on some parts to get together that final prototype for what we'll be presenting in Bangalore. So right now I'm just going to walk through the results of our first 14-day grow period. We have multiple other experiments doing their own 14-day grow period. We learned a lot with this, some problems, but some really good results too. So quick recap, this is what we're doing with this experiment. We have two fertilizer solutions. Fertilizer solution 1 has the standard nitrogen or nutrient solution, a full nutrient solution for what a plant needs. Nutrient solution 2 has only the nutrients not found in the lunar regolith that the plant needs. So we took out the nutrients in the lunar regolith to see if the plant could effectively use the minerals in the lunar regolith. We've got JSC1A lunar regolith stimulant, which is minerally and particle size wise the exact same as the lunar samples that we got back from the Apollo missions. Over here, this is the unfortunate aspect of our first grow period. This is the Arabidopsis that we were hoping would grow really well, as it's an extremely fast growing plant, used as almost a lab rat of plants. But as you can see, it didn't grow at all. And I'm working with the plant biologist, and she told us that Arabidopsis can be a very picky plant to grow in the lab setting, so we're going to ditch Arabidopsis because if it's picky to grow here, it's definitely probably not going to want to grow on the moon. But with our nitrogen fixer, we had a lot of really good growth. So here you can see this is nitrogen fixer with fertilizer 1. So this is nitrogen fixer with fertilizer solution 1. So we had 3 pretty good sized plants grow in the first fertilizer solution. Then in the nitrogen fixer with no fertilizer added, so this is just water, we had actually 5 plants grow, 5 out of the 6, which is more than the full nutrient solution. Let me explain what these nitrogen fixers are doing. Nitrogen fixers are plants that are able to take nitrogen ions from the air and turn it into ions in the soil, nitrogen atoms in the air and turn it into nitrogen ions in the soil that the plant can then use. Lunar soil stimulant does not have nitrogen in it, so this is super promising using nitrogen fixers on the moon. Nitrogen fixers with no fertilizer added grew extremely well. 5 out of the 6 grew. Down here we've got our nitrogen fixer with fertilizer solution 2 added, and so that's giving it the nutrients that are not found in the lunar soil stimulant. And these are actually the tallest and biggest plants we found, which was interesting, but more grew in the second fertilizer solution. Some, obviously, in every solution didn't grow well. So I'm going to show you guys what it looked like when I pulled it out. And I want to talk about an obvious problem here that probably messed with our data a little bit. The test tubes definitely didn't let the plants unfurl as they should have. For a first run through with the experiment, this isn't a huge idea. We decided that the nitrogen fixer is what we want to grow with. We got some interesting data that 5 out of the 6 in the nitrogen fertilizer solution, or the nitrogen fixer with no fertilizer added, grew. So it's not a huge deal, but it did hinder this experiment. In the experiments we have growing now, we're just using about 3 centimeter tall cups. One thing I should mention is all of these have 3 grams of lunar soil in it, which our mechanical design would allow for 3 grams of lunar soil in each cup. So that's what's in these test tubes and what's in the other experiments we're doing now. We're growing more nitrogen fixers. We're pretty much redoing this experiment without the test tubes because the test tubes definitely hindered their growth. But we still have some interesting results, and it's pretty cool to see plants growing in lunar soil stimulant. Thanks for tuning in to Regolith Revolution's vlog this week. Stay tuned.